this is Christina's Crafts and I'm Christina. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today I am going to be doing another DIY, so I really hope you stick around and check it out. Okay, here I go. So I have this canvas. It's an 8x10 that I got from Dollar Tree, and some nautical rope, which I'm not 100% sure I'm going to use yet. We'll see how this goes. And these new flowers, these new greenery flowers from Dollar Tree, which are super cute. So I'm going to be doing a spring DIY today. So first thing I'm going to do is get this canvas out of here, and then I am going to take the canvas off of here because I just want the frame. So I am going to try my best to get these staples out of here. Oh, that one just came right out. No, I'm not going to get that lucky. So this might take me a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and get this all off of here so I can get to my wood frame. Okay, I have my frame off, and now I have some chicken wire out, which I am not looking forward to putting on, but I know it's going to look really nice once it's on. So I have my staple gun out. I don't know how well this frame is going to staple though, so I'm a little worried about that. But I'm just going to go ahead and try. I'm not sure if I have this on or not, but I'm going to see if I can staple this down. Yeah, I'm going to have to push harder on these staples. If not, I think what I'm going to have to do is try to figure something else out, maybe hot glue or something. But I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can get this stapled down nice. I got the chicken wire on there. Now I am going to have to go around and cut it. So I am just going to cut the ends off here, and then I think what I'm going to do, I think I just popped a staple off, is I'm just going to take some hot glue on the ends to cover them up. So I'm going to get all this cut off. I just want to say too, if you are working with chicken wire, you should definitely have some protective gloves. I do not, because my hands are really small and it's really hard to find gloves that fit me, but you should definitely have some protective gloves when working with chicken wire because you can get cut so easy. So I just wanted to make sure I put that little disclaimer in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get these all cut and then heat up my hot glue gun and get those down so there's no pokey ends. I'm basically just going to take the hot glue gun by all these little wires here. I've done that in the past. It seems to work pretty good. So that is what I am going to be doing. Okay, I have my chicken wire on there. It's all stapled down. Now I'm just going to go on each little one and just put a dab of hot glue on there, so that you don't feel the wires poking up. So I'm just going to go all the way around. And then I'm going to double check and make sure I covered them really good too. So there, you really can't feel the wires. Okay, I have my nautical rope out now. All my little pokies are all covered up, and I am going to start right here. Actually, I'm going to use this end. This has all the tape on it. And I am going to hot glue this onto my frame with hopefully minimal burnage to my fingers. And then I am going to start wrapping it around the bottom of my frame. So just hot gluing it here and there. And I don't know how far this is going to go up. I wish I actually would have more nautical rope because I think I need more, but I'm just going to have to deal with what I have right now. I'm just going to go ahead and go around like this, and I'm just going to keep wrapping it around and hot gluing the ends. So we'll see how far I get with that. I do have one little extra piece that I might be able to get around twice, so we'll see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get that done. Okay, so I was putting this together and I realized I don't like the color of the frame. So I'm gonna take my antique wax and I'm gonna put a coat of that on my frame here because I don't know, I just like it. I'm a big fan of darker wood. So I'm gonna go ahead and stain the outside of the, or this whole part of the frame, the sides and the inside and everything. Okay. Definitely looks a lot better. I like that way, way better. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lighter and I'm just going to burn all the little stringies or fuzzies off of here. So I'm going to go all the way around and do that. And then I'm going to start getting this put together finally. Or completed, I should say. It's been taking me a long time. It takes a long time to get the chicken wire on there and staple it. And then also, I'm rewatching This Is Us, so that's probably not helping. So in between when I'm doing all this stuff, I'm watching TV. And then of course I get sucked into it, even though I've already seen it. So, yeah. So hopefully I can finish this up pretty quick here, because it's getting late and I want to actually go sit and relax on the couch for a while. I like to do that more and more now that I'm in my 50s. Alright, and I'm also waiting for my hot glue gun to heat up, so... Alright, I will be back. Okay, I got that all done, and then while I was off camera, I took this Flora Craft, it says foam mousse. I don't know, foam block. And I cut a little section off, and that is going to go on the inside of my frame here. So I'm just going to take some hot glue, and I'm going to stick that right inside of there. And then I cut another little section off for the other side. Get it in there before it melts too much. Alright, so I got some foam in there, so that is actually where my flowers are going to stick into. All I had left, I actually wanted to go up a little farther with the nautical rope, but that was all that I had. So I do have this one little baby chunk left, which I want to put on the back of my frame for a hanger. So I am just gonna go ahead and stick this on here. I don't really have much room for duct tape or anything, so I don't know, maybe I'll try to see if I can find some tape to stick on here anyways, somehow, because I need to have a nice hold on there, but that should be big enough to hang it. Alright, and then I have to take all the little fuzzy fringies off of there, because otherwise they just drive me nuts. But yeah, I think I'm gonna see if maybe find some masking tape and stick that over there, because I want it to be nice and secure. I'm a little leery about that. Okay, I did cut down a piece of masking tape here. I don't really have a ton of room to work with here because this frame isn't very big, but I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue that down over the rope, and hopefully that'll give me a little bit more stability. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on both sides. Okay, and then now to put my flowers in there. So I have this bunch. I don't know if it's gonna be enough, but I think I have another one. I am gonna go ahead and cut these all off of here. I was gonna just put it in there as a bunch, but then I decided to do the foam, and that way I can arrange them the way I want them. Alright, okay, so I got these weird big ones here. So I think I'm just gonna stick those there. I want these kind of more even. I think I'm going to cut that one down a little bit. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could actually change these out and you could change them for the seasons. But I'm probably gonna stick some Spanish moss in here just to fill this in so it looks a little bit better. So I suppose you could take the Spanish moss out if you wanted to. Oh, I don't like that those two leaves are together. Okay, there we go. Spread that apart a little bit. And then I think we're gonna be kind of like off on this one. I don't know if I like this. I'm almost thinking I need another bushel of flowers because it's just not, I don't know, it just doesn't fill it in quite the way I wanted it to. Okay, I decided I was going to use these flowers with those other flowers to kind of fill it in a little bit. So I am actually going to chop these off, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to chop them off. Hopefully they're long enough. And stick those in there first. So I think I'm going to stick that one right in the middle. That one actually looks a little longer. I think I'm going to switch those around. And then cut this one down just a little bit. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and then I'm gonna stick these in here. And, oh, look at that, I pulled that one right out of there. Kind of hard to see where I'm sticking them in. And I'm thinking these might need to be a little bit shorter. I don't know if I like that one leaf on there. Yeah. Okay, I think that should be good. I think actually that one could get cut just a little bit. Sticks up a little too much. Try to stick that back in there. I don't know, now I'm thinking I need to put those end ones a little bit lower because it's just not quite right. Let's see. That's pretty close. Okay, I have my Spanish moss out and I am going to stick that in the top here. Just gonna basically shove it down in there. Not all the way obviously because I want it to somewhat stick out. But I think this is just gonna top it off just right. In my non-professional craft brain. I think this looks really nice. I don't know, it's just something about Spanish moss that really just kind of finishes off projects sometimes. I think that actually, oh, like it's sticking up just a little bit more. I think that looks pretty good right there. But yeah, like I said, you probably could switch the flowers out depending on the season, but then you gotta pull the Spanish moss out, which technically you could do. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I think this turned out pretty nice. All right, let me clean this mess up and then I will wrap my video up. Okay, I am all cleaned up and ready to display my masterpiece. I'm just kidding. It's not really a masterpiece, but I do really like it. I think it turned out really cute. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I would really like it if you like the video and share and subscribe, and take care. Have a great night, and thanks for watching. Bye.